Now, Tucker Carlson is on a bit of a resurgence, so to speak, or he's reinventing himself from his former bow ties days. And I'm here to tell you, no matter how good he might sound with the stuff that he's saying, as far as like being anti-interventionist and, you know, a few other things that he's talking about, which make you go, that's a good idea. He's full of shit. There's no way he believes anything he's saying. He's smart enough to know which way the wind's blowing and how to act accordingly, especially since his only competition in the mainstream version of news with CNN and MSNBC, none of these assholes are actually going with the direction that working class people want to go. And so Fox News, we know they're not going anywhere. But the guy's like, what if I end up like on not all the issues? Of course, I can't go full lefty and fucking act like I'm going to survive on this network. But on certain things, you know, structure it or come at it from different angles to where, you know, I'll get people that normally would never agree with me or with Fox News in general. And so in a way, it's brilliant. You know, actually, because you can't prove it one way or the other. You're taking his word for it. You're just hearing him flap his gums, and you're like, "Oh, that sounds good. Okay, maybe, yeah, sort of, kind of, maybe. Who knows?" But you don't know if he's for real. I'm here to tell you, he's not. This idiot doesn't believe in shit. He has zero beliefs. He's whatever gets him paid, whatever makes his ratings go up. That's all he cares about. So, get your best Tucker Carlson confused look on your face right now, and which I bet is no contact. So he's trying to read the teleprompter like, oh shit, maybe I need to get a stronger set. So get your best confused look on your face ready. This asshole did a segment where he was like, marijuana's way more dangerous than even alcohol and cigarettes. Again. What? Oh, he's so stupid. He's not. But on this issue, it's like, pull your head out of your ass, dickhead. There's no way. No way that cannabis use is in any way more dangerous than alcohol. None. So he gives you these fucking bullshit statistics, though, where he's like, well, back when Colorado first implemented, there was a certain amount of kids that were admitted to this children's hospital with the signs of, and even that he calls them signs of severe marijuana abuse. They couldn't be just they took a little too much for their young And look, by the way, kids shouldn't have access to it. But the same thing could be said about fucking cigarettes and alcohol. But guess what? What is this? A goddamn utopian dream world where, well, we say they're only 21 and over, and there it is. No. People get access to that shit all the time. It sucks. We try to do our best to prevent it from happening, but it ends up happening anyway. So same goes for marijuana. So these kids get admitted to this emergency room in this particular children's hospital outside of Denver or in Denver. And so at first the number is like, oh, I don't know, like fucking 100, 110, something like that. Which again, sucks. That's quite a bit for an entire year. Then, however many years later in this study, the number jumps up to 750 something. And he goes, that's a 5-fold increase. Oh my God. Oh, he's like, freaks the fuck out over it. This huge number of increase. Yeah, but the grand scheme of it is it's still a couple a day for an entire year. Again, bad. Not going to act like, oh, hey, that's great. We get more kids high and send them to the emergency room. No. But the idea that you're going to act like it's such an unbelievable danger. You're out of your mind. You're just making and in the fucking segment, he has the goddamn balls to act like, oh, hey, this is the propaganda that's coming from the pro-weed people. As if what you're saying right now isn't 180% propaganda. Come on, dude. He's such a bullshitter.
And thanks to years of pro-weed propaganda, many perceive it as a low-risk drug, safer than alcohol or tobacco, which it is not. In 2005, 161 children visited Children's Hospital in Colorado to be treated for paranoia, psychosis, cyclical vomiting, and other symptoms of severe marijuana abuse. By 2015, that number had risen to 777. That's a nearly five-fold increase. Kids don't need to be in the hospital to be suffering, though. More and more, health research is showing that marijuana use is devastating to the still developing brains of teenagers. One doctor told the Washington Post, quote, "I hope we don't lose a generation of people before we become clear we need to protect our kids' brains." Right now, though, in Colorado, nobody cares about protecting children. That's true across the country all of a sudden. The state just voted to further deregulate marijuana. Why? It's not complicated. In 2018, Colorado businesses sold $1.5 billion worth of legal marijuana. The government took a cut of $266 million. That's the answer right there. Just as with immigration or trade or empowering big tech, lawmakers sacrificed the well-being, in fact, the future of the society, to cash in now. They're day traders. They don't care about you, and they really don't care about your grandkids.
So, I mean, look, I'm always going to be in favor of legalizing cannabis because not just so we can all get high. I mean, that's nice. Just like people having a drink at the end of the day of their job after a hard day's work, a little something to, settle the nerves and whatnot, help you get to sleep and not get up and work a whole nother day again. But it's mostly because it's going to be a huge boon for jobs and small business creation. All these assholes on the fucking right wing try to act like they're the real, worshipers of entrepreneurs. Well, what do they do other than just imagine all that shit's just going to create all amongst itself? Yeah, sometimes. But guess what? Some of the biggest areas that can create the most amount of entrepreneurship need help. Because for one, right now, it's made illegal to sell cannabis across state lines because it's made federally illegal. If we can remove that whole thing, God, how much money in taxes can be created? How much money in different jobs get created? How many people get out of poverty? How many people who are working a dead-end job right now, whatever the hell they're doing, something they don't even have to hate. They just go, I wish there was something better. What if those people were able to now start their business in the cannabis industry? So, and that's not a part of any of this asshole's segment. It's all bullshit to be like, oh, it's really dangerous and we shouldn't do anything. It should be legal still. So it just proves this guy, and there's numerous other instances. I just don't have the time right now to go into them all. I'm sure eventually I'll have another situation where you go, God, Tucker Carlson is full of fucking shit. And he doesn't care about any of this stuff that he acts like. Anytime he brings up, so just for the future, not just with cannabis, but anything else, anytime he brings up where, people, are harmed or, oh my God, what are we going to do about these downtrodden individuals? He doesn't fucking care. Stop it. Stop it. So please, hopefully most of you are seeing through his sorry ass, just as if he still wore a bow tie. But just in case you're not, open your eyes. He doesn't give a fuck about you or anything else besides putting money in his pocket.